Hey guys, I've had several of you to request, kind of since my gift wrapping video, how to kind of make bows. And so today that's what I'm going to be doing. It's probably going to be a short video, but I just wanted to kind of get on here and maybe explain a little bit, somewhat in easy terms, how to create those really, really pretty bows to put on your packages. And it's really simple. Once you get the hang of it, it's like you never want to buy a store-bought bow ever again in your life. So I'm going to zoom out so that you can see a little bit more of what I'm actually doing. So I've already got my package wrapped. I absolutely love kind of the boutique-y looking wrapping papers. But you can get wrapping papers anywhere, and a lot of places are starting to, you know, carry some of the ones that are, they look more high end. So those are the kinds of wrapping papers that I absolutely love. So I get a lot of mine at Hobby Lobby. Right now, Hobby Lobby has all their Christmas stuff 50% off, except for like their lights and things like that. But like wrapping paper and ribbon and decorations and ornaments and trees and everything pretty much Christmas that you could ever hope for is on sale at Hobby Lobby. And by the way, this video is not sponsored in any way, form, or fashion. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I've got a ribbon that is the same on both sides. There's not any difference in it. And I really like to buy this bigger ribbon. It's 90 foot. It's $7.99. So by the time you take 50% off, it is $4 for your ribbon, and you've got a whole bunch. And so it kind of keeps the cost of your ribbon and your bows down quite a bit. But you can make a really nice ribbon out of this. So basically what I like to do, kind of roll out some of your ribbon. And this is where it gets like, you get to see my secrets. I don't actually make the ribbon long enough to like make the ribbon here now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it off. This, I'm gonna make sure that it is the same length on both sides. And I'm going to just twist this once, and this is when I put my tag on there. It's just twisted once, so it's easily untwisted. So twist it once, put my ribbon on there, and I just get most of my tags at Hobby Lobby as well. They have tags that will coordinate with all of the wrapping papers and stuff, so that's what I do. So I've got the tag on there, and what I'm going to do is just make a knot. So I make my knot, and I've got my tag on here. I've got the ribbon all the way around the package, and I've got two pieces that are just hanging out here waiting for the ribbon to come on. All right, so with this makes it super easy. I'm gonna unwind quite a bit of it, so you've got like this huge piece of ribbon. And what I like to do on this, since it really doesn't make a difference which side that you have it on, because some of them will have print on one side and it's not really printed on the other. Some of them will have glitter on one side and it really doesn't have the glitter on the other. This is the easiest way to make bows. So basically I'm going to make it to where it's about the size of the package. So I'm going to make a loop. Okay, and it's actually a little bit wider than the package, but when it gets fluffed, it's going to be about the same size. So basically what I'm going to do is put my fingers right in the center, and then I'm going to go back and forth about the same width. So here I've got the little tag. I've got one bow loop here. I'm not twisting or anything. I am just going back and forth. This one, I'm gonna let it be just a tiny bit shorter than the other one. And again, I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. So now I have 2 bow loops and 2 bow loops. So again, I'm gonna go back again, making this one just a little bit shorter still. I don't know if you can see that. They're each just a tiny, tiny bit shorter. And back again, having that a little bit shorter. And then at the very, very end, I'm gonna cut it. And this doesn't really matter where you cut it. I try to stay somewhat around the same length, but it doesn't make a huge difference. So here I've got a kind of a tail, 3 loop, 3 loop, and a tail. So what I'm gonna do is kind of pinch this up in the very center. And this package that has been waiting patiently, I'm gonna put this right in the center here. And I'm just gonna tie another knot with these other 2 pieces that have been patiently waiting at the side. Okay, so right now, this is the 2 pieces that were patiently waiting around. They are now in a knot around the ribbon. So it doesn't look like anything very nice at all. So this is when I'm going to start kind of poofing out the bow. So I went and got another package so you can actually see what I'm doing. So these, I'm just gonna kind of pull down to the front, and then I'm gonna start kind of picking these other ones up, the actual loops themselves, and kind of start to shape them so that they're shaped. This other little tail I'm gonna pull up, and again, I'm going to shape, kind of make it a little bit round, pull them apart to where that they come into like 3 different locations. So I've got one here, here, here. All right, and you just continue to fluff and build until you've got kind of a fluffy bow. And then what I do is I always take all the little tails, the ends, fold them exactly in half. Start with your, like this is the wired edge here. Start with your non-wired edge and go out in a V. And then you've got a perfect little V there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these little tails, creating the little V. And one more. So there should be 4 little tails. The 2 that you started, you know, on the actual loops, you start with one end and you end with one end, and then you've got the ones that you tie up. And so again, I'm going to kind of fluff, pull those tails to where that they are kind of in different locations. Fluff that bow, and then you've got a gorgeous bow for your package. So that one is super, super easy. That is the one where both sides of the ribbon are exactly the same. Now I'm gonna do one with this green, and as you can see, it's got glitter on one side, and there's not glitter on the other side. You can see through it because it's sheer, but this side here does not have any of the glitter. Okay, so I have a little package here, and what I'm gonna do is the same exact thing. I'm gonna pull out this, kind of put my gift on the ribbon, and I'm gonna create that little, if you will, this is what's going to tie our ribbon all together. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my loop. And again, before I actually make the knot, I'm gonna go ahead and put the tag on there so that it holds it on. I'm gonna go ahead and make that knot so that this is stable. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn to where the glitter is on the bottom, so that whenever I get ready to tie this up around the loops that I make, it's gonna be glitter on the top. So I'm going to set this aside. Now this is where it gets a little more in depth. Go ahead and roll out lots of the ribbon. And I went ahead and picked this package because it's going to be smaller loops so that it's going to be easier for you to kind of follow along. Okay, so if you make a loop here and you just do this, then every other loop is going to not have glitter on it. Even the underside is not going to have glitter on it. So what I do is I'll go ahead and start off with my one loop, but I'm going to turn this bottom tail, twist it one time so that it then has the glitter on the top. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so I've got the tail that's twisted, then I've got my loop, but if I go back and do it again like this loop is going to have no glitter on it. So I have to twist this. So I twist it one time. Now the glitter side is on the inside and I can make my loop and the glitter's on the outside. So it's simple as that. I've got one loop on both sides. I'm going to twist. I'm going to make another loop. And if the loops kind of go like they're not like laying down together, it doesn't matter. You're going to be fluffing these up anyway. So twist, make your next loop, kind of pinch it, twist one time, make your next loop, kind of pinch it, twist it, make your next loop. I always like to have 3 loops on each side. So at the end of this, you're not going to twist this last piece because you've already got the glitter on the top and the tail is going to be right there. So just go ahead and cut that off. You want the top of the tail to have glitter, so you don't have to turn that. You don't have to twist that one. So here I've got all of my twisted ends. Everything is twisted to where it needs to be. I'm holding it right in the center. I carefully take this, I put it right on the center of the knot. And while I'm holding it with one finger, I will go ahead and make the other part of the knot. Hold it and tighten it, just pull it. So then you've got your 3 loops, and you've got 4 little tails. So this is when I go ahead and cut off the little tails, a diagonal cut, which makes my perfect V. So I go ahead and do that with all 4 of the little tails. And it doesn't matter how long or how short that your little tails are. If they're short, they can just kind of stick up and they're really pretty when they're sticking up, or they can kind of flow down the front of the package, however you want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that all of the glitter, the tails, that the glitter sides are up. And basically what I've done is I've pulled 2 kind of to this side and 2 are going down to the other side. And then I just begin kind of fluffing these out. This is so forgiving. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, and you can make them, you know, you can make your loops kind of stand up more by kind of pulling them toward the center near the knot so that they'll like poof really kind of high. But there you have another package. Very, very simple. Okay, so those are the 2 ways that I really like to do my packaging. I use a lot of tulle at Christmas time. I use a lot of this big box ribbon at Christmas time. I just love for the packages to look beautiful. Again, because our kids are older, when I get things wrapped, I just put them under the tree. So it's actually kind of part of the decor in our house. But that is it for this video. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure to hit that notification bell so you are notified each and every time that we upload. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Glam and Glamour on all of them. And until our next video, bye!